So it's been a while since playing this game. There's a new Hyrule Warriors game coming out later this year. We have Age of Imprisonment, the prequel to the sequel to Breath of the Wild. Which, again, like I was saying before, I've heard that apparently these Nintendo Warrior games don't have a capped frame rate, so even though they didn't get any specific patches to make them run better on Switch 2, apparently they still just do. So I don't really quite remember how to play this game, but I do want to test that out firsthand. Let's have a bit of a look-see here. Unless the original game had dynamic resolution of 4K hidden in the code, we're not expect resolution bumps without patches. Yeah, that makes sense there. Do you have to undock the Switch every time you need to replace cartridges? No, but I keep my dock, like, all the way in the back corner of my desk, right tucked here between my two monitors, so it's just easier for me. Especially considering I have to, like, lift up the flap and stuff like that, so I just find it easier being able to switch it, like, right here in front of me instead of getting up and leaning over that way. I don't know, is there, like, a thing that I can do? Oh, those are the quests and stuff like that. Goron Spirit, is there a thing that I want to go do? I'm probably not going to play this game anymore past this point. I just wanted to, like, test stuff out here. Zelda's training bows. Sure. Currently equipped weapon there. Cook a thing. I don't remember what the... I don't know, it doesn't matter. I'm probably not going to be playing this game again. I don't think. Here are some rupees. Sure. I'll definitely play Age of Imprisonment when it comes out. What? Why can't I? Oh, because I have the Master Cycle equipped? So I need to do bows? I don't remember how to play this game. This is level 20 bow, sure. There's different outfits and stuff. Just do the... sure, that's cool, I guess. Zelda's winter clothes. Onward, I guess, sure. Yeah, I had heard about that, where it's like the Final Fantasy Tactics remake, and you can choose to play it in the original style or the new style, which is pretty cool. But yeah, that game, Final Fantasy Tactics, was confirmed to have Denuvo? I don't know what Denuvo is. Oh, let's see how fast this loads. That'll be interesting to see, too. Because I remember it took quite a while to load in the Switch version. Like, a decent few characters would get across the screen before it finished loading. Like, it's been a long time at this point, so I don't exactly remember, but that feels like it's probably faster? But again, I wouldn't know for sure. How do you run in this again? Hold on. So that's the dash. Yeah, so apparently no capped frame rate means things are just gonna be kind of silky smooth here and stuff. Defeat many enemies, huh? I don't remember how to run. Oh, it's like hold the dash button or something, right? Oh, that's the release power there. Yeah, so that's how you dash. I remember now. Whoops, that's the ultimate thing. But yeah, I assume that this is like 60 rather than 30. Probably. Probably. For, anti-tamper software, and then it can impact performance. Oh. Okay, so I mean, go to the dudes that have appeared here, maybe? Okay, I can go right across the water. It's been a long time since playing Age of Calamity, so I don't really quite remember what the frame rate felt like. But, that's the wrong thing. Okay. Okay. I remember that you can do that, though. Okay. And then if I release power... Okay. Oh yeah, guard is the ZL there. I forget, can you, like, parry with anybody, or was that just, like, Link? I was trying to, like, guard there, but whatever. But yeah. Use game and demo category on Twitch to test some mini games? Yeah, I could. It's probably not a bad idea. But I'll do, like, you know, full level here. Stuff. Only at 166. I might not be able to do this. I'm sure once I take out the moblins that it'll spawn, like, some more guys or something or other. But yeah, I would honestly need to look back at my Age of Calamity, like, playthrough stuff before to actually compare what the frame rate is looking like and stuff. Okay. And then, like, something like this. Whoa, I hit the wrong button to dodge. Oops. Whatever, get triangled, I guess. Okay. But yeah, I'll play Age of Imprisonment when it comes out. See what that's like. Got a ceiling bow. Whoa. And maybe at some point, if I have the time / can be bothered, maybe I do the other routes of Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. Yeah, I technically don't have Fodlan done because of that all. Which combo was that? That was like a... Okay, that was that one. That's pretty good for crowd control. I think it's this is the combo. No, that's one later combo, I think. Okay, that's a different thing. Yeah, so I like... Whoa. I don't know here. Nova also makes it really hard to mod a game. Oh. One of the devs gonna write the war since Tears of the Kingdom wrote it so bad? I don't even remember how Tears of the Kingdom wrote it, because it was so long ago. It was... Like, I really didn't like how Tears of the Kingdom was just like Breath of the Wild again. Where it was just like, Breath of the Wild was like, oh, there's this big threat coming. What can we do? We can't seem to stop it. Let's seal it away. And then Tears of the Kingdom, its story is like, hey, this is a sequel of Breath of the Wild, and it tells the story of a war even further back than the last one, where they couldn't quite stop the guy, but they sealed him away for Link to deal with. And it's like, why did we just do, like, the same thing essentially twice? Like, what? Excuse me? So I just found that not very quite interesting. And I genuinely don't know who wanted to have a prequel to the sequel after the sequel is basically, you know, almost the same story again in terms of like general premise and all that. But hey, we're getting a prequel to the sequel. I mean, I honestly surprisingly quite liked Age of Calamity. Like, even for the story stuff there, for like actually getting to truly explore the story that I was intrigued about in Breath of the Wild, but we never got to fully explore within Breath of the Wild. So I quite like that about Age of Calamity. You know, some things I definitely didn't like about the game, like the way that handled progression and all that, as I've talked about extensively before. I love the music of Age of Calamity. One of my favorite game soundtracks in a while. Like, the themes of it absolutely rock. So I'm sure that there'll be, like, some absolutely kick-ass Age of Imprisonment music. I'm sure the gameplay is gonna be good. I don't know what the story's gonna be like. In terms of just by premise alone, I'd be like, what, a prequel to the sequel? I'm not interested. But knowing that I liked Age of Calamity, even if I wasn't a content creator, I would potentially pick it up. Like, there's a lot of games that if I wasn't a content creator, I would not pick up, like, the modern Pokemon games. Age of Imprisonment, I feel like if I wasn't a content creator, I'd probably wait for it to come out and see what people were saying about it first, watch some gameplay, and then probably listen to the soundtrack on YouTube. And then I have a feeling the soundtrack's probably going to be kick-ass, and it would probably be the thing that would convince me to pick it up, knowing me, is what would probably happen. That's probably how my decision-making progress would go with Age of Imprisonment. But I would like to cover it on the channel. I'll pick it up at launch and all that. I'm sure I'll probably like the game. I liked Age of Calamity. But I still don't really get why it exists. I mentioned it in the video essay that I published earlier today. Like, was there anyone that was genuinely thinking, man, I really want a game that tells the story of what happened before Tears of the Kingdom? Like, or if I'm the only one that is like, what? Really? or what there? But yeah, Ganondorf sends Sandseal, Rauru blast off with Light Beam, skip Sonia dead. Okay, I remember Sonia dying. Ganondorf redo the war, skip Zelda, become dragon, that's it. I'm gonna be honest with you, Tears of the Kingdom only came out like less than 2 years ago at this point, sometime in 2023 there. But I didn't find the story super memorable. The only parts that I remember are that Sonia died, which I honestly would have forgotten about if I wasn't reminded just there. The only part of that list that I would have for sure remembered without being reminded of is, like, Zelda being a dragon, since that, like, connects to how you get the Master Sword, and, like, connects with, like, the whole final battle, and Ganondorf becoming a big Dagron and stuff like that. So, you know, I remember it from that, but I don't really remember much else about the story of Tears of the Kingdom, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was never all that interested in it. I thought Tears of the Kingdom was a fun game. I enjoyed the gameplay of it. I wish that the world felt more different, rather than just feeling like, hey, here's the world of Breath of the Wild with different mechanics, and, like, puzzles in the sky. And the underground depth was just, like, a cool surprise, but when everything feels the same in it, it gets pretty repetitive, is why I felt. Like, I generally enjoy playing Tears of the Kingdom. But if you asked me about, like, the intricacies of the plot, I couldn't tell you. I could probably tell you in some decent detail with Breath of the Wild, just from, like, you know, having played that game multiple times over at this point. Really going in depth with, like, the channel playthrough, having played Age of Calamity and all that. I can tell you quite a decent bit about the story of Breath of the Wild and, like, Zelda's character development and, you know, accepting that everyone has, like, their own journeys and seeing herself as a failure and all that. Like, I do think that that can make for an interesting, meaningful kind of story there. It just wasn't properly explored in Breath of the Wild, and I kind of like what Age of Calamity did with that. But there wasn't really anything like that in terms of, like, interesting character development along the way, or an interesting character arc that I could follow with the story of Tears of the Kingdom. Again, Breath of the Wild kind of laid the foundations for, like, hey, there's something kind of interesting going on here, but we're not really going to be able to explore it all that much, considering it's just, like, these memory flashbacks and stuff like that. And Age of Calamity was the one that explored it. So maybe Age of Imprisonment will have, like, an excuse to actually have, like, some interesting storytelling stuff and character arcs and stuff like that. I don't know. Screw, I'm doing this again. Maybe something like that'll happen. I don't know. We shall see. Again, I don't expect Age of Calamity, or Age of Calamity, Age of Imprisonment to be a terrible game by any means. I liked Age of Calamity. I'm sure there'll be things I like about Age of Imprisonment, but, like, I don't get why it exists, well, outside of just, like, you know, it's the Breath of the Wild train. We gotta ride the Breath of the Wild train as far as it goes. Because, man, it is going far. But, yeah. Sonya died in the most silliest way possible. Don't even remember how she died. Ganondorf implied to punch her in the spine, but the way they animate it is like he gave her the cooties? Wait, what? I don't remember this. It would have been right in my playthrough, but it didn't stand out to me that much, so I don't even remember. Wait, what? I feel like I'm having a game that I've never played before described to me just because I don't even remember at this point. What the heck? I'm gonna have to, like, look this up. I could look it up within my own playthrough, even. Okay, just a few more guys. Okay, these guys here. Let's defeat these many enemies. Like, you what now? There we go, 1,000 KOs. I did it. I can't pick up the apples because I'm full up on them. Away I go. The dainty kind of run. Only question, are they gonna time travel Link to the past? Yeah, otherwise that'll be the first Hyrule Warriors game with no Link. And I did do the whole time travel thing with Age of Calamity, so I mean, maybe they'd find a way to do that so you actually have a Link in the game, and, you know, not just the guy that gave him an arm job as the closest equivalent. I got a bunch of stuff that I don't really remember what it does anymore. Hold on, I kind of want to look up the Tears of the Kingdom memory cutscenes now, because I actually don't remember how this went. And, I mean, if I had just played Age of Calamity on the Switch 1 not too long ago, that would feel like a more stark difference. Like, playing Pokemon Scarlet and Violet a second ago on Switch 2 here, that felt like a stark difference. Here, like, the frame rate, you know, it's feeling pretty good. Fish's presence fled. Don't remember how it felt like before. To be fair, though. Because it has been a little while. I don't have enough stuff there. Wasn't there a red-haired hero in the Imprisoning War? Was there? I just know that there was a Rauru, Minoru, Sonya, Zelda, you know, Ganondorf that they were up against. And the 4 champions that, like, all wore masks and you couldn't even see their faces. And I assume that they're gonna be playable characters and gonna be, like, actual characters and not just, like, generic heroes to, you know, give you vibes of something similar to Breath of the Wild's 4 champions, but not quite there. Hold on. I want to see here. I do want to see now. My interest has been piqued. I know I've seen this before, but I actually do not remember it. That one armor that gave Link furry look with red hair in Tears of the Kingdom? What? I don't remember this. Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, red-haired, I don't know, let's just look up red-haired. Several characters of red hair, these include Urbosa, oh, thanks, Google AI overview. Why the red hair even needs to represent Gandalf, what? I keep coming back to the red-haired hero on the tapestry, the what now? I'm not paying enough attention to the story of Tears of the Kingdom. Just off the top of my head, there's only been one prominent red-haired character in the series. Just the dead dude? Does have red hair. Just Link. It's a regular-ass Link in a different art style. Was it just on a mural? Red-haired hero? Was it like... In The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, the ancient hero, a key figure from 10,000 years ago, is depicted with long red hair and a Zonai-inspired appearance, similar to the construct form seen in the game. This matches the portrayal in the tapestry shown to Link in Breath of the Wild, where the hero who faced the first Calamity is depicted with red hair. The ancient hero is also referred to as Rauru, a major figure from the game's narrative through flashbacks and a tutorial guide. Wait, is it not? Is it not just Rauru? Is this just going to show me Ganondorf? So, like, that. Yeah, so it looks like an older incarnation of Link. So, like, maybe there won't be time travel shenanigans in Age of Imprisonment. Instead, it'll just be, like, you know, since Link continues to reincarnate and stuff like that, it'll just be the old Link, and he's going to have, like, red hair or something. Okay, interesting. So that dude, or something or other. Red hair hero mural. So this is seen right in Breath of the Wild. I guess so. You see, like, all the guardians and stuff here. Image on the left? What? Who is the ancient hero in Tears of the Kingdom? Is this like a mod someone made? That looks kind of like a mod someone made. Who is the ancient hero? Probably used to Link being the true hero of the Zelda series, but the essence of the hero can theoretically end up with any person. Who is the ancient hero? Wait, is this an actual in-game mask, or is this something that, like, someone modded in? Would it... Hold on. Here's Breath of the Wild, Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity, Tears of the Kingdom. Surprisingly, no one really knew who the ancient hero was. It can't even be fully assumed that he was of Zonai origin, considering his appearance is so strikingly different of the Zonai seen in Tears of the Kingdom, notably Rauru. So do we have, like, an actual appearance for him? So it is, like, actual in-game armor, then. What is it called? Like, ancient hero armor or something? Tears, of the Kingdom. Ancient hero armor? Ancient hero's aspect? So that's like an official in-game thing? I had no idea this existed in that game. So this is like the look of the ancient hero? So maybe there won't be Link in Age of Imprisonment, but there'll be like that dude or something? With the red hair? Okay, will the Master Sword defeat Calamity again and possessed wealth that he passed down through caches? Okay. Interesting. Ancient hero doesn't resemble any of the races found around Hyrule. Could be said to most closely resemble a Zonai that are seen in Tears of the Kingdom, but even that Link is tentative at best. Okay. Yeah, I've literally never heard of this character before, I'm gonna be honest. Maybe I never paid enough attention, just saw the mural and never really thought that much about the red hair thing and just like, oh yeah, just Link or something. It's the Armor of the Wild for that game, a reward for beating all the shrines. Wait, in Breath of the Wild there? Breath of the Wild, Armor of the Wild. Armor of the Wild? Are you sure? Because I was about to say I didn't think that there was any armor like that in that game. I'm pretty sure I collected all the armor back when. Back when I first played, before I started doing like the playthrough on the channel. Tears of the Kingdom? Armor of the Wild? Armor of the Wild set Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. That's the equivalent? You're saying that's like the equivalent of the ancient hero's aspect? I'm said to contain the spirit of a hero who once saved Hyrule. That hero's aura will envelop the wearer. Okay, interesting. Breath of the Wild, Armor of the Wild is one for 100% shrine. Tears of the Kingdom equivalent is ancient hero aspect. Okay. Oh, you're saying like equivalent in terms of like same unlock conditions of do all the shrines. So you do all the shrines in the world and then you get like the look of the ancient hero. So whoever this dude was, I assume he's gonna be playable in Age of Imprisonment then. So it's probably going to end up being the case here. Oh yeah, I was going to look up Tears of the Kingdom all memory cutscenes. Let's just see here, because I don't remember how exactly this went. GameSpot, all 18 memories in order, sure. Let's have a look-see here.
All the memories in Tears of the Kingdom
Yeah.
order.
Yeah.
Giant spoiler warning.
Yeah. Was it here? Oh, let me pause the game in the background there. Oh, this is the point. This looks familiar. Oh, get punched. Did his warlock punch there. I think I remember that. I was like joking about him warlock punching or something like that in my playthrough. Like, that's what sounds familiar. So he just kind of shows up. You don't really see him approach or anything. I don't remember. I remember, like, the meme face and stuff like that, though. The expression that he makes. Because that's, like, pretty iconic. That I remember. One punch, he dropped like a sack of potato. Did anything else happen? Like, he gets the thing. And then, he slaps it on his forehead because he's a fashion disaster. I don't think he does anything more to Sonya. Was there no lead up? Was it just like the punch? He just kind of shows up?
Trusting.
Oh.
Oh my. I'm surprised.
Those interpreted that scene as a stab in the back via sword or a knife, though deliberately done to hide blood and keep the game everyone 10 and up. Yeah, I guess I wouldn't want to increase the game's age rating and all that.
Did you really think we hadn't realized your deceit?
I do not remember any of this, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I really don't. Quite frankly. And then, like, fake Zelda just, like, vanishes. Or, yeah, it just vanishes. And they're like, okay, that's cool. And then she gets punched. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember this. I do faintly remember the punch now. I definitely remember Ganondorf's expression. Like, who can forget that? But, I really don't remember much about the story of Tears of the Kingdom. Honestly. Not exactly a big thing in my memory there. Well. Suga special attack gauge. Maybe I should redeem a thing or something. Sure, let's do that for Suga. I remember him being fun. I'm probably not going to play this game again, but like, whatever. Suga desires one-on-one sparring with Master Koga, who is often too tired to accommodate. Offer things to help motivate Master Koga so that Suga can have his special training. Sure.
Anything for Master Koga.
Master Koga became sufficiently motivated, and Suga finally got his chance to spar. For how this session went, that's between the two of them. Wow. Do I want to do like one last short mission or something like that? Daily Drills Gerudo, recommended level 27. I don't know, that'd be easy there. Wind Waker show Ganondorf got stabbed in the forehead. That's true. Like, I think it's so funny where across all the different Legend of Zelda games, what happens to the Master Sword at the end of the game is like, it was put back in a pedestal, Link kept it, put back in a pedestal, put back in a pedestal, Link kept it, like, across so many different games there, if you go across a list. And then you get to Wind Waker, and it's like, stabbed into Ganondorf's forehead and left to drown with the rest of Hyrule. Like, it's so different there. Here, let's do one as Link. Like, his level's maxed out, but, you know, with his thingamabob here. See if I'm really, really playing this game and super zoom in what it feels like. Because Link was the one that I was good at there. I don't know. Give me some rupees. Give me some more rupees. Give me some, that, I guess. It's probably not going to matter because I don't think I'm going to be playing this game again after this point. My playthrough's been done for years here. But Link was the one that I knew how to play well. Back in ye olde days, I made a guide on playing him with like one-handed weapons. Because that was the way to go. I felt like that was the strongest thing in the game was one-handed Link. But yeah, but I did tone down even that violence by having him turn to stone rather than having a blood or gut show. That's true. Like, it wasn't like he was bleeding from his forehead. He just kind of turns to stone from there. I mean, he was still stabbed in the forehead. Like, probably the second most brutal finisher in a Legend of Zelda game. I feel like the most brutal finisher is probably still Skyward Sword, because you literally leap in the air, have the Master Sword be struck by lightning, and then strike it into Demise's chest. Like, that is so cool, you know? I can never get over that. Oops, hold on, it was like 1, 2, 3, 4. If I remember how to play this game. If I just remember here. Defeat the training opponents. So like 1, 2, 3. I was hoping that I could just like tank that. Can I like, well, I don't need to use my rods there. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, something like that. Like, I'm so dang strong they're just gonna wreck me. Or I'm gonna wreck them constantly. I'm getting things mixed up here. Hi. And then this was the block button. I forget, was there parrying in this game? I do not remember. Whoa, that was the wrong button there. Well. Hey. Hi. How are you doing? Okay. Guess I don't really need to freeze you or anything here. Honestly, one R-rated Zelda game giving me the ability to literally slash a bokoblin in half. Let's get a Legend of Zelda game in the style of, who needs a spin-off of Hyrule Warriors? Let's get a spin-off of something like a Platinum Games kind of game. Let's get a Metal Gear Rising thing going on here. That's what I would love to see. Like, I am looking forward to eventually playing Metal Gear Rising for the first time. I'll play Metal Gear Solid Delta when that comes out later this year. And then I can play Metal Gear Solid 4, and then I'll play Rising to do them in order and stuff. I've heard really good things about Rising, and I'm really looking forward to playing it. So, why don't we just get a Platinum Games spin-off in the style of, like, Metal Gear Rising? Why don't we get something like that? Okay, well. Okay. I still remember a thing or two about this game. Seems like. Well, there we go. Actually just decapitate Ganon at the end. Yeah, why can't we get that, huh? Incidentally, I was just reminded that the initial release of Ocarina of Time had Ganondorf cough red blood, which later N64 cartridges changed from him to cough green fluid after his defeat in the tower. Oh, interesting. Oh, EXP still goes up. 99 isn't the max level. Ooh, a Traveler's Sword! Hell yeah. Monks Bards. Alright. Well, probably enough showcasing of Age of Calamity. But yeah, I would need to look back at my playthrough years ago to see what it was looking like. But generally, like, the frame rate is feeling pretty good there. So, I guess the Warriors games run a bit better. I wonder if that would also apply to something like Persona 5 Strikers on the Switch. I've never played that before, so I don't really want to start a playthrough right now or anything. But I do own it on the Switch, figuring that I would get around to it one day, because I've heard good things about it. But if I play it on the Switch too, would the frame rate be better? Oh, I don't have enough Lionel Hoofs. Gain ability to remove a chosen seal. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't even remember what seals are. Yunobo bonus combo. Crucible of Endurance. To toughen himself up, Yunobo is going to do the most intense training he can think of. Eat stuff that will heat him up, and then climb onto a burning hot slab. Get him food with warming properties. Here you go. Heating the body inside and out. Talk about a trial by fire. After the training was complete, Yunobo rewarded his own gutsiness by chomping down the slab where he had grilled himself. Yeah, I get that those hammed out, even though I'm probably not playing this game again, I don't think. Again, I like it. I'm just not as big on how it handles progression as something like the original Hyrule Warriors. I assume that the Age of Imprisonment coming up will probably do something like this. Would it just be like the same map then? Something like that? Maybe ancient Hyrule would have like a completely different map, because if it's like 10,000 years ago, you would presume that it would look kind of different. So like, will we do something like this? Will we do a grid-like thing like the Hyrule Warriors original? The Hyrule Warriors original had like the legend mode kind of progression, and then the adventure mode that was a grid. And here they clearly wanted to incorporate them into one thing, the side stuff and the main story, all into one thing, Bob. So I don't know here. Yeah, Terraco EX enhance ability. Sure, Relic lessons. Terraco wants to upgrade itself to be even stronger so it can protect Zelda. If you provide records of the Guardians you fought, I may be able to learn something from them. What do you bet that, there's gonna be zero mention of Terraco in Age of Imprisonment? Terraco found some useful data in the battle records and happily rushed off to the researchers, urging them to an upgrade as soon as possible. Probably just a character that's here for Age of Calamity, and that's it. Interesting how much Ocarina of Time was able to get away with while still keeping that E-ring, while Twilight Princess was deemed T. Different times, I guess. Even though it's only, like, what, less than a decade apart, something like that there. Twilight Princess Ganondorf stabbed through the stomach. Yeah, and then Skyward Sword continued with that. Alright, I think we're done with Age of Calamity for now. I just kind of wanted to do some battles and see what the frame rate was like. Whoops! Let's do some Xenoblade Chronicles X. Is what we'll do. And I actually have, like, a very recent playthrough of that, and I even showcased a little bit of it at Megaland this past weekend. So I might do, like, an affinity mission or two before we switch over to Deltarune. Is what I might just do. Wow. Since I'm still kind of chipping away at that game here and there. I do kind of want to see what this is like on Switch 2 now. Let me update the game category on OBS to that. Xenoblade Chronicles X. Definitive Edition. And stuff. And it says that I'm still on Age of Calamity there, but I'll refresh my stream manager to make sure that it's just OBS lying to me. Yep, it is. It is here.